What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. As unfortunately, for those of you that already know who were with us during the, play-by-play, shout out to WSN. Lakers lose 116 to 127 to the Flippers, bringing us back to one game below 500. We just keep flirting with that 500 line. What can I say, man? They fought valiantly. Thank you, Serge, for joining the stream. They fought extremely hard. But it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. And it was one of those things where it was just like kind of demoralizing towards the end. But it was exciting to watch for the most part. I got to tell you, D'Angelo Russell really, really wants to stay a Laker. Okay, because he went off tonight again 27 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. He did it versus a good defensive team. So credit to him. 26, 12, and 2 for Anthony Davis, and then 12 for Reeves, 12 and 5 assists for Reeves, 11 points for Torian Prince, 11 for Rui, and 12 for Vanderbilt. I mentioned that just to have a shot, we'd have to have at least 6 in double figures. Well, we had 6 in double figures, and we still ended up losing by double digits. So it just tells you that, how important LeBron is to this team. LeBron is extremely important. For those of you that say that players are better without LeBron James, don't make me laugh. That's crazy talk, ladies and gentlemen. We are not better without LeBron James. We just aren't. Simple as that. We almost didn't get any transition buckets because when LeBron is here, get a rebound, go, push it. LeBron is a transition bucket, all right, automatic almost in transition. So people underestimate the value of having a LeBron James here. And I'm glad tonight, even though we lost, we could see the value. However, there's a new revelation, and that is D'Angelo Russell. What to do with D'Angelo? Because he seems to have found a groove. Again, another 25 plus point game, and he's doing it efficiently. Unfortunately, the defense was still bad. Even though in spurts he was great. And he blocked a shot, got a couple of steals, did some things tonight. But I'm saying overall, the team defense was bad. We don't guard that 3-point shot at all. I mean, the Clippers let it rain on us, and they ended up hitting 14 3-pointers, shot 51% from beyond the arc. That is a recipe for disaster. They ended up having 64 points in the paint compared to our 58. So that is another recipe for disaster. So they beat us from the inside and the out, and just managed to do what they had to do. So that is crazy, especially considering what happened today with the coach firing of Adrian Griffin and the hiring. It looks like a hiring of Doc Rivers, who sounds like they continue to work towards a deal that will make him the next franchise for the next head coach. But there is no agreement in place as of now. So they're back and forth. Bottom line is, man, this team right here, I still feel needs a trade. Much as I like D'Angelo Russell, I'm still on board with DeJounte Murray. Call me crazy. And if it ain't that, if we're going to keep D'Lo because he's been playing himself back into the favors of the front office, then we got to make fringe trades around it. We do need a new coach as well. I agree with that. I would have been fired him yesterday, but you know how it goes. It's not my decision, guys. It's not my decision at all. It's the front office's decision. So they haven't done it yet. And maybe there will be a sense of urgency, right? Maybe there will be a sense of urgency moving forward, but I don't know. Honestly, we got a coach that's 17 games over 500, and they're firing their head coach. Meanwhile, the Lakers, you're not crazy, Dan. D'Lo got himself into it, into himself. Yeah, the thing about D'Angelo Russell is he's playing amazing right now. He's doing a great job. But who else are we going to trade in order to bring back the pieces we need, right? Like his contract. People say Austin Reeves. Okay, let's just say hypothetically we trade Austin Reeves and we keep D'Angelo Russell, right? Let's just say Austin Reeves is on the contract for the next 3 to 4 years. D'Angelo Russell can opt out and walk for nothing. And then you'd be left with nothing next season. No Austin Reeves, no D'Angelo Russell. You got to keep one of the two. Whichever one you want to keep, you got to keep one of the two, but especially moving forward. Me personally, it's not that I dislike D'Angelo. I love him, but defensively, tonight he went the extra mile with that block shot, but we still getting cooked by the perimeter. Guys, I'll tell you the Clipper stats right now. All right, perimeter guards. Okay, James Harden, 23 points, 10 assists. Most of that was in the first half. Right, Paul George, 17 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 17 for Terrence Mann, 17 for Norman Powell, And it's just too much to overcome at some point. It's nice when you can get 30 points, but it's if you give up a combination of 40, our backcourt, or 50 or 60, you know what I mean? It just is not going to work out. As much as I like both of our guys, Austin Reeves and D'Angelo, um, you know, I would rather have at least one defensive guard in the backcourt, whether that's Bruce Brown or DeJounte Murray. Personally, that's just how I feel, though. But we'll see. Again, we continue to get losses, compile losses. The coach continues to stay alive. We continue to compile losses, and we still not making trades. You know, how long will it take? Let's see here. We just look unmotivated out there and no hope. We played good in spurts, but we couldn't sustain, especially on the defensive end. Especially on the defensive end. Austin Reeves has showed he plays good in the playoffs. D'Lo, not so much. For me, the reason I prefer Austin Reeves over D'Lo is because Austin Reeves is still going to get better. D'Lo, this is his peak, and his peak is pretty good if he can sustain this in the playoffs. But like you said, we haven't seen it yet. That plus he has a player option. He's probably going to opt out, and if he doesn't like the way the front office is treating him with all the trade rumors, he's going to leave us high and dry for nothing. Austin Reeves is locked up, you know, for the next couple of years, and he has a very affordable contract. We do need trades, though. Whatever they are, I want them to be now. And just get, you know, I'm over all this trade talk. I just want something to happen already, right? The encouraging sign is we competed all game. That's it. But there's no moral victories when you're one game below 500 this late into the season, right? January 23rd. Let's see. Almost all of the Clippers' perimeter players' points came from attacking Austin Reeves and D'Lo. At least D'Lo showed better defense tonight. Yeah, he did. He's showing he wants to be a Laker, but my problem with that is I wish he would have showed that all year long. Like, where was that when he was averaging 8 points in December, right? So I really hope that it's not something that once the trade deadline passes and he's still here, you know, he takes his foot off the gas. If he can play like this, I think he would have been a perennial all-star his whole career instead of, you know, taking a couple of seasons off and then, you know, dropping by when players get injured at the All-Star game. But like his game is really nice offensively, defensively, not so much, but also it's all about consistency. And here in LA, we need that. We need that consistency. Tonight, balled out, gave us an opportunity. We just didn't have enough firepower at the end. And again, our defense, our perimeter defense especially, just gets destroyed, man. Front office and Genie being too nice right now. Obviously, our biggest issue is Ham, but no plan on firing him. Meanwhile, the Bucks, who is number 2 in the East. Yeah, I know, man. I covered that this morning, bro. It's disheartening for sure as a Laker fan, the fact that we got to play nice. I want us to be as cutthroat, just like Milwaukee. Like that should be the mantra. Who cares what ESPN got to say? Even Magic Johnson chimed in and says he thought Milwaukee made a mistake. Who cares what these celebrities and these people that, you know, really aren't up front and center had to say about this, right? I think we got to make the best decisions that's in the best interest of the team moving forward from this moment on. And if that is to fire Darvin Ham, then so be it. But I do feel like we get influenced a lot by ESPN and all these outside voices, and it sucks. It sucks. As a Laker fan, we sit here, we spend our hard-earned money, our time, and we hope that changes get made. And they get made sometimes, but snail pace, right? We just got to be patient, I guess. Turtle pace. Ozzy says, despite people saying we played good, we still need to look at the bigger picture. We are below 500. It's time for changes. 110% agree. I feel like me and Ozzy always agree, man. I feel like me and my boy Ozzy always agree. But yeah, I mean, the record speaks for itself, right? We're not even a single game over 500. Matter of fact, we're one below. So what does that mean? Obviously, you know, the math ain't mathing. And when that happens, you got to make changes because, again, there's a stench of losing in the locker room, and guys are still having a good time. Guys are still going out to the Packer game. Guys are still, you know what I'm saying, in spite of losses. I'm just not used to this. I guess as a longtime Laker fan, as a lifetime Laker fan, I'm not used to guys enjoying themselves out in public in spite of losing, and then guys playing it off like they wasn't crying and shit. Like, oh, everything's good. I'm a gangster. Nah, bro. Like, everything's not good. You know what I mean? Like, Lakers are still losing, so y'all got to figure this out. Dan, we are going to get either Murray, Caruso, Drummond, Chris Paul. We will be strong, brother. Not worried about the future, but I'm worried about the present right now. What do we have right now to show for it? We still got some games to play, and if we can't get those wins, that's a huge problem for me. I would have wished we won tonight. It would have settled me down a little bit more. But if anything, this loss just it highlights the sense of urgency the Lakers should approach this trade deadline with. We got to figure things out as well. Here sooner rather than later. Let's see. It breaks my heart as a diehard Laker fan, Dan. Don't know what to expect with this team anymore. Different lineup, same dark territory. Losses never feel good. Losses never, ever feel good, right? But we got to fight through it, fam. I guess we got to keep our head up, and hopefully something happens here. I thought something was going to happen over the weekend after I went to that game and we lost to the Brooklyn Nets, right? With my family. I thought something for sure was going to happen. See Rob Pelinka working the phones, but I guess he's being patient. I'm not going to rush him. Last time it worked out, right, magically, like wonderfully. We'll see if it works out this time, right? We'll see if it works out this time, man. But yeah, man, it is disheartening, man. All these losses are compiling, and there's less room for error as we continue to approach All-Star break and the trade deadline. There's a lot less room for error. And I think that's the scariest thing for me is that people think we have all year still. Nah, we don't. Time is running out. Teams are getting better, and right now we're sitting on our hands. So hopefully something happens soon. At least start signing some 10-day contracts to fill the void of that, final roster spot, especially with all the injuries. You would think that the Lakers would have been filling up those roster spots with all these injuries. That 14 slot, at least the 10-day contracts, at least to get us through till guys get back. But guys been in and out of lineup tonight. Unfortunately, we missed LeBron, and there we go. Frank says, Dan, they all can play much better and with heart. Coach not a leader or knows any fundamentals of coaching and calling timeouts. Did a decent job tonight. I'm not even going to front. Tonight he was okay. But okay is just not going to cut it with the Lakers. He needs to be spectacular, especially when guys go missing. Right? Especially when guys go missing. But hey. Ham, go freaking big, you nutcase. Yeah, what is it? I think, again, Christian Wood didn't play many minutes. When he was out there, he was wreaking havoc. And I don't think he got the 20 minutes tonight. So that is a huge problem, Greg. You're absolutely right about that. AMG says, Dan, can you lend Vanderbilt your hands? He has to have the worst hands in the league. Our front office is poop. Vando, I think he rushes things when he's in positions to succeed next to the rim or at the free throw line extended. He rushes things instead of taking his time and executing. Right? He never has developed as an offensive threat, and that's unfortunate because if he did, we'd be 10 times better. Defensively, he's elite, though. Defensively, he disrupts things. I thought Cam Reddish was good defensively tonight as well, and he was okay offensively. But yeah, it does suck that Vando doesn't have the offensive end down pat because he's got good size. What is he? 6'8", 6'9"? He'd be parking his ass right next to the rim, and when he's wide open, he'll finish. But when it's contested, he struggles to finish. So yeah, sucks. But man, hopefully he just continues to improve. He's still relatively young. Key says D'Lo is still balling. Keep D'Lo and trade Reeves. The Lakers help the Clippers defend AD by denying him the ball. Jacking up threes formula for failure. Hire Mark Jackson as the coach. Well, Keith, there's a take. That's all I'm gonna say. I think I'm sick of addressing that same. There's been a couple of people saying the same thing you just said. So let's just say there's people that agree with you. I'm not one of them. Dan, fire Ham. He's motivational speaker. Last time out Ham took was 9:48 minute mark. Yep. We've beaten the dead horse about that fire Ham stuff. I'm with you guys. I'm with you. Dante, the Lakers fan, says, you got any advice for me? Always go to school in a bad mood when we lose. I do have advice for you, bro. Just vent here and leave it all here and move forward with your day, man, because it's not worth it. I promise you, these basketball players, these millionaires, these front office executives, these NBA owners are not losing any sleep over these losses. Maybe the only one that is losing sleep is Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham because he's afraid to lose his job, both of them. So those might be the only two that lose sleep. But as fans, we can only control so much. And over time, I used to be just like you. It used to ruin the only time it ruins my day and sometimes even weeks now is when we lose in the playoffs. But during the regular season, I just can't do it anymore, man. It's too emotionally draining. This channel has been very therapeutic because I leave all my stresses and emotions here. And as soon as I walk out of this door from this room, I walk out a brand new man. It's almost like I baptized myself. Just cleanse from all these Laker demons, and I walk out there, man, and I don't even think about this anymore. I got too many real life problems to stress about this. So I'll tell you this, Dante, just leave it all here, bro. Vent your frustrations, and then walk out into your life and enjoy life, man. I'll be honest with you, Dan. What you think LeBron's thinking? LeBron, honestly, I think LeBron is thinking, let's see what the front office does, because if they don't make moves and stuff, I do have the option to become a free agent this summer. So I can do whatever I want. That's what I think the front office, that's what I think LeBron is thinking, right? So we'll see. The ball is in the Lakers' court, right? But again, if I'm the Lakers, I'm not operating from a standpoint of fear, because I also got to look out for this franchise. I'm operating from a standpoint of let's maximize our championship window without giving everything up, right? This is why I'm not with the people that say trade Austin Reeves. He's 25 years old. He's under a very good contract, and he's not even in the prime of his career yet. D'Lo has played himself into the conversation of staying, and I respect it. If he does end up staying, then I get why, because he's balled out, and I wouldn't be mad at it. However, if we can still upgrade in any way, shape, or form, then I'm with that as well. I want to see improvement from the Lakers, and I want to see us actually develop an identity. One game we play good defense, good offense, this and that. Next game, our superstar goes missing. We're playing like chickens with our head cut off. We show some heart, some tenacity, but no real direction. There was really never a flow to this game. We made a push. They made a push, a bigger push. We made a push. They make a bigger push, and it ends up being an 11-point loss, right? It's like a tug of war with a heavier set person. They're going to win at the end of the day. There was really no adjustments made or strategy. So then the backcourt is food, and Rui is disappointing. Yeah, honestly, Rui has been disappointing because I expect more from him, especially when he starts. I needed him to be assertive and aggressive. There's nights when he is that, and there's nights when he isn't. But Lakers can't afford to basically have those nights off, especially when guys go missing. Let's see here. Lakers did good. Clippers got an all-star team. Good is fine, but we're not at the point of the season where just doing good is good enough. They keep doing good and losing games, they're going to find themselves in the play-in tournament or worse. Let's see. They said the same about THT. He's young and haven't reached his prime. Not really. THT was never averaging 15 points a game, AMP. And honestly, he wasn't given the same opportunities that Austin Reeves has gotten, to be fair, right? So, yeah. And to be honest, when he was given those opportunities, I guess it didn't transpire on the court because he didn't really take advantage of them. So that's unfortunate. But coaching matters, as well as the fact that he's not like Reeves has really capitalized on his opportunities. That's why he got the big contract. THT never got this big contract that Reeves has. Let's keep it a buck, man. People like to compare apples to oranges. I still like THT's potential. I just don't think he was given the same opportunities as Reeves is. Reeves has earned those opportunities. He's hit game winners. He went off in the playoffs. He's done things THT never did. THT was showing glimpses, flashes of brilliance. But at the end of the day, it just Lakers didn't have the patience to sit here and wait for somebody to develop. And that's the difference between us and a lot of other franchises. Some franchises do. They could have 13-game seasons, right? Noble Joshua says trading D'Lo would destroy continuity, core, and vibes. Maybe. It's something that has me thinking about it, right? Especially the way he's been playing lately, for sure. So it's something to think about for sure. Let's see here. Thanks for super chat, bro. I appreciate that. That's right, Dan. Sometimes my wife will get angry at me because I smash stuff when I get mad while watching the Lakers. Trust me, I'm right there with you, bro. I had a punching bag in the living room with me, bro, and I was wailing on that thing when we were in the playoffs, especially when we were losing to Denver. Man, I was really wailing on that thing. Like sometimes things could just they could just boil over, right? But look, man, we in this together for the long run, right? Let's see here. Dan, I'm still so pissed off about last season because of the Nuggets. If it wasn't for them, the Lakers would have gotten number 18. I hate Denver. Yeah, man, I don't like that ball club either, but I'm over it by now. We got to learn how to leave things in the past and move on. To be honest, I'm still pissed off about the Detroit Pistons in 2004. I'm still pissed off about the Boston Celtics in 07, 08, right? But we got to leave it behind, and tomorrow will be a new day. We got to get Sexton if we don't get Murray. Now, there's an option I really like as well. I really do, man. And they talked about, and again, I talked about all these rumors in the AM, so definitely go check out that video if you already haven't. But they talked about Dennis Schroeder. I prefer Colin Sexton, even though Dennis would be nice for the defensive end. But I like Colin Sexton, man. I really do. I think he's a two-way guy, especially if you can get him on the cheap. Hey, Dan, I could be wrong, but they don't want LeBron getting his 5th ring. Well, Joseph, tell me this. Who's they? I'm curious. Do you mean the NBA? Because if you're talking about the NBA, you might be wrong. You might be right, I say. I mean, because the last game, there was a play where he clearly got scratched in front of the ref, and he got a brand new tattoo of tiger claw marks, and they didn't call it. They was pretending to be blind. LeBron even took to social media, posted it. It was a disgusting mark. It was a disgusting, violent mark, and they didn't even call the foul. So you might be right if you're talking NBA. But as far as the Lakers, they're going to do everything in their power to try to get this man the help he needed. We already mortgaged a lot of our future. Guys were like Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Lonzo Ball, guys like that, plus draft picks went out the door, right? Because we wanted to give LeBron everything. So I hope you're not talking about the Lakers. Lakers have done it all. D'Lo, two first rounders for Mitchell. I don't think it'll be enough. You might have to throw in Austin Reeves. And yes, I'd do it. For those of you asking, yes, I would do it. Let's see here. Yeah, trolls don't even get to my skin no more, man. I just block them straight up. You're wasting your time typing up in here, man. Lakers don't have 2 tradable first-round picks. No, but we do have a pick swap, I believe. We can do 1 pick swap, from what I heard. But you're right. We won't have more than 1 first-round pick till the summer, till the draft, right? I believe draft or free agency. Those other extra first-round picks become available. Let's see. Rui is inconsistent because Ham is not putting him in positions to succeed. Rui is inconsistent. Okay, so he's just typing the same thing. Look, man, there could be some truth to that, but at the same time, Rui got to just play his game, regardless of what position you get put out there, man. If they're telling you to go post, to go spot up somewhere, start posting up. Stop listening to the coach. Maybe that'll get him fired. What coach is the best fit? I wouldn't look to hire anybody right now. I would just make Phil Handy the interim coach for now and see what he's got up until the summer. That's what I would do. Really, sometimes these teams are better off when they're not coached. I'd rather not be coached than to have a horrible coach like Darvin Ham right now. He has just been an atrocity to coaching. And he has proven he's not head coach material. So I would hand the team down to Phil Handy, see what he's got. And then in the summer, we can make the decision of if we are really impressed by Phil Handy and we make a run, then you give him an extension, sure. But again, if I'm the Lakers, I'm not giving more than 2-year deals out anymore. I'm not. Because every time the Lakers do that, they shoot themselves in the foot and we end up really, really hurt and wanting to fire coaches and stuff. Serge says 373 watching, 69 likes. Get them likes up, fam. Let's help the channel out. Your boy has been working all day, man, literally from the morning till the night, putting in that overtime work for y'all. So get used to it because it's coming, consistently. So, so yeah, I'm just, holla at your boy, man. I appreciate the super chats, the likes, subscriptions, any form of support, man, is welcome. I appreciate you guys, man. Amp Lee says, honestly, what do you think about Murray? D'Lo normally does this where he has a good month, but then the next he struggles. Is calling this surge he's on a fluke? I'd still do the DeJounte Murray trade if they called, but maybe I won't include 2 first-round picks. Maybe I'll only include 1 first-round pick and no pick swaps, right? Because it's like, okay, it's kind of even. D'Lo's balling now. So, that's just me, though. But if you do keep D'Angelo, I still think we need to go out and figure out a way to get Bruce Brown here because we're going to need a solid backup to back him up. Because, again, I don't trust D'Lo doing this all year round and then in the postseason, right? He's had a good start to this month, and he's been tremendous. Can that happen, right? Can that happen moving forward? Robert, 24-23, get Ice Trey this summer, a big new coaching staff. I like Ice Trey. I don't know if that's going to become a real possibility, but I like Ice Trey. For sure, I like Ice Trey. The same thing with Donovan Mitchell. See, when these rumors pop up, people act like we already have our foot in the door. Like, that's a trade that's going to happen if the Lakers just fork over their first round picks. No. Some of these front offices are not going to get finessed, right? Most of them won't. So those rumors, we got to take them with a grain of salt. Unless Ice Trade was to request a trade, I do believe he's a clutch client. That would become a lot more realistic, right? Assuming the Hawks don't hate our guts like the Dallas Mavericks and Mark Cuban did, and or some other team comes in and try to C-block our trade, man. Assuming that. But I'm not looking into the summer. I'm looking into the right now. Right now, we could become we can become serious contenders if we make the right moves. We're not that far away, even though we're one game below 500, but we're not, right? Voice of Reason, thank you so much for Super Chat, brother. I appreciate you, man. He said, Lakers would not let themselves finish tonight. Lakers went cold every time they got it down to 6, and Vando with the untimely turnovers. Yeah, man. That's the problem with trailing early on. And again, I always said giving up 30 points in the first quarter is basically a death certificate for this team, because every time they give up 30 plus, it's just a bad precedent. The whole game, you're fighting uphill, trying to catch up. Anybody who hoops knows it's a lot easier to hoop when you have a lead versus to hoop when you're trailing all game long. So the same applies to the pros, man. It's a lot easier to hoop when you got a lead, for the first half, than to trail and have to overexert all this energy just to catch up, and then a couple of mistakes and game's over, right? So tough, man, but it's just bad habits we've picked up along the season, and that's the unfortunate part. Thank you so much for Super Chat, bro. It means a lot. Thank you. Trey is still microwave. I love Trey. I love Trey Young. Man, Trey Young on this team tonight, he would have went off for 40 probably. But I don't think there's like a shortcut way to get him, right? I don't think there's like a surefire shortcut way to get this man. So we just got to be realistic right now. And we got to be smart. Any trade we do could impact our future as well. People forget LeBron comes off the books in 2026 officially, assuming he opts into his deal next year. Same thing with AD, right? So that's a ton of cap space. They can maybe rework something and get other people in here, man. That would be great, right? If they can maybe take a little bit of a pay cut to get a third or a fourth superstar in here. It's been done before. It can happen. But, if you make a trade and tie up the money, and that becomes a lot harder unless you offload some assets in the future, which is always possible as well. So everything we do is going to come with a trickle effect. For example, if we don't get LeBron help, he very well could opt out and go join whatever team Bronny gets drafted to. That's a possibility. It's an outside shot, and it's a dark horse move, but he's always been a mercenary type. I mean, he went from, Cleveland to Miami, and then from Miami back to Cleveland, then from Cleveland to LA. What's to stop him from making one more move? Right? So we do have that. Ladies and gentlemen. But again, man, I want to thank you guys, man. I've been grinding all day, so I'm probably going to get off here in a little bit, man. I think we did 5 videos today. So, yeah, I think that might be record-breaking. Maybe not. I think I've done 5 videos before. But still, taking advantage of the brand new computer, man. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Shout out to Search for modding for your boy all day long, man. Much love to you, Search. We appreciate you, brother. You are the GOAT of mods, right? They call me the GOAT of Laker basketball, but you, sir, are the GOAT of moderators. So, bro, you've been absolutely killing it for me and for Empire Jeff, and who knows who else you mod for, bro. You're like Superman. So we appreciate you, man, from the bottom of our hearts. Shout out to Search. And then it's just everybody, man, for the support today. It was tremendous, man. We had a good chat going during the play-by-play. There's going to be more play-by-plays. I just got to figure out the scheduling and stuff. But you guys like it. You guys keep hitting the like buttons. We keep bringing you the content. Shout out to my sponsorship, Prize Picks. All this is possible. The lights stay on because of their continued support. So, man, I truly, truly, truly appreciate Prize Picks. And, of course, everybody who super chatted, liked, subscribed, and commented, man, and did so respectfully. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. Thank you guys for spending all day with your boy, man. More content to come. You guys know where to find me. If anything breaks, shoot. If something was to break tonight, midnight, late night with DTLF, bro. I'm right back around. I'm busting the U-turn. But thank you guys again. Appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. It helps the channel grow. And I'll see you guys here real soon. All right. Have a great night, fam. Much love. Peace.